I swear I didn't do anything. It's fine. It's fine. For some reason, I'm not really sure what happened there, because I had a connection to Twitch, but OBS wasn't reconnecting. It simply disconnected and just sat there on reconnecting. But I had a fine connection, according to OBS, to the Twitch service. So that was a bit of a strange one. Hello, hello. Sadly, it looks like my Twitch chat has gone down, so I'm going to have to open that back up. In fact, what we may need to do... Let's see, is that going to reconnect? Hooray! Reconnected. Whew. My lord. Vexing, to say the very least. But at least we're back. Just having to open up all my docs again, just so that I can see what's going on in chat, etc., etc. But it looked like my OBS crashed, rather than... Well, it didn't crash because it's still running, but it couldn't reconnect to Twitch. It seemed to lose connection, and then that was that for a while. I had a connection to Twitch, but OBS couldn't reinitiate the stream. It was just sat on reconnecting. Bit of an odd one, there. Only the true believer stayed, yeah. Does seem so. He definitely faked the lost connection so he could open the coffin and get the riches within. But little does he know that he is now cursed for eternity. You might not be wrong there, mate. Might not be wrong. I didn't say. I joined right after losing connection. Maybe joining fixed it. Maybe. But thank you, everyone, for hanging by while we had a little bit of a blip there. Of course, that happened when we had decent numbers, but oh well. Such is the way of things with Twitch sometimes. As for Road Train, can you enslave the subspecies you have and make them mortal initiates? I'm not sure if I can enslave because we've got Xenophile. But as I was saying, let's go ahead and set up a new poll. We still need to find out how we're going to handle death. Or rather, corpses, I guess. Okay, there we go. New poll in chat right now. Let me know how you think our death cult is going to view a corpse. We're a death cult. We're not a corpse cult. I thought it added some pleasant drama to the stream. I'm glad you enjoyed. We honor the act of dying and not the remains that come from it. Indeed, that's one way to look at it. Got about another minute to make your votes known. Then we shall make our choice on the final rest. And this will be a far-reaching choice. This is something that's going to be woven into the way we roleplay our species moving forward. Do we view death as the only important part of that transaction? A doorway through which the essence of a person travels, leaving behind the now useless bone mech covered in meat armor that once contained them? Or are the remains sacrosanct? It's an important cult business, and will probably have repercussions. Is the corpse an empty shell, a broken vessel? Or is it the most holy of remains, to be honored for all of time? I was actually quite close. I was reasonably close. Broken vessel wins 55% of the vote. So, open the coffin and study the corpse. The corpse is not what is important. It was the act of death itself.
Strange happenings are afoot.
The atmospheric patterns of Prequim 3 are highly atypical of a gas giant of moderate size. Okay, go ahead and research that then. Let's pause that for a moment. Massive crater on VA appears to be the result of a collision with the starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that the ship exiting a hyper lane at maximum velocity rammed the moon for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. BVS Univenon has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed hyperparticulate field. But as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. Okay, well, we've just got a bunch of physics then. That one's probably begun. Let's have a look over here. We have got mining station output plus 10%. Unlocks starbase building and nebula refinery. That one's going to be huge for us because we're already in a nebula. Alright, let's have a look at the next research then. Mining output plus 10%. We could get more minerals, Corvette hull points, army damage, minerals from worker jobs plus 5%. I think we may as well go with geothermal fracking, honestly. Yeah, let's get geothermal fracking. Do we have... we do have lazy scientist right there. Now... Okay, lazy scientist, we're going to get you over onto this because you're actually good with materials, plus 15% speed, whereas, I mean, you've got 5% speed, but you do have a chance of getting some nice researches as a result, but let's have a look. Well, we may as well get you working on pop growth speed. Yes, let's have a maniacal researcher studying the field of genetics, our genetics specifically. Nothing could possibly go wrong. No, this is perfectly normal. Nothing is gonna go bad. Not even once. Right, let's get you out there doing a little bit of research. It's gonna be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Hero number 0. The corpses would still be honored just in the sense of who once inhabited the corpse, having found death in their own way. I mean, that's certainly one way you could take it, yeah. Sasak, thank you very much for the resub there. 31 months. Diolch yn fawr iawn, mate. Nothing could possibly go wrong with this. No. Right, now that we've got 500 minerals, let's go ahead and upgrade. Mind you, the job base upkeep is reasonable. Still, getting some more consumer goods and some more allies is always a nice thing. That being said, We could get this for a bit less minerals. Job price production is significantly higher. Well, I mean, it's basically 2 jobs of that. Like, could we upgrade this? No, we need star hull technology. What I really want is to get the Nebula refinery up here. That would be amazing. But I guess we'll wait on that one. And while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and we'll upgrade one of these. Pop. There we go. That'll give us jobs eventually. Let's have a look at our population. We're really close to getting a Void Singer berth. So yeah, that should be fine. Wouldn't mind getting some more mortal initiates as well. Well, I'll have to wait, I guess. Right, as for our expansion, expanding over there seems to be a pretty solid choice. But if we expand down here, then we've sealed this side off. And that might be worth doing it. The minerals would be decent. A little bit of extra physics. Going over there would only give us a little bit, but would open us up to expanding out in that direction. But I think ultimately we're going to go here. Let's get that on the go. Oh, okay. Right. Where are we going next? Polytechnic education, leader experience gain increased by 25% and leader level cap, or databank uplink? Databank uplink at this point. Voicing a birth, a rare event to be honored with sacrifice and parties. I mean, maybe. Maybe we could have a sacrifice.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
We are receiving a weak signal from the surface of this planet. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Go ahead and have a research on that. Deceptive giant. What we had assumed to be an abnormally small gas giant is, in fact, not. Beneath a deceptive cover of thick dust swirling in the upper atmosphere lies a regular planet, a barren planet, but a planet nonetheless. This has proven quite embarrassing to the astronomical community on Phantom Hive. Okay. Well, gain 200 experience. Not bad. System surveyed. A nice system too, actually.
A
Very nice system.
survey has concluded.
And Liv Papillion has gained a level there. But this place looks lovely as well. Another very, very pretty nebula system. A slow-breathing species with a death cult ideology. Interesting. Okay. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Canadrius 1. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still there. Okay, not too bad.
A system survey has
And we have completed research speed upgrade. Now then, we can get survey speed plus 25%, would be nice. Energy credit from technicians or energy credit from starbase construction. Or physics research increase specifically. I'm more interested in getting the physics research going, honestly. Yeah, let's go for that one. Okay, Habitable World Survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Phantom Hive. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalogue the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. We could either get some extra influence or go ahead with it. I think we'll go ahead. Commemorable initiative. Let's begin. Construction complete. Can we, please and thank you, get first a research station and then mining stations once we have the opportunity. Okay, finished with survey over there. Dead-end system, that one, but that's fine. Slowly expanding out, finding out what's around us. All right, we've now got it's one worker unemployment. That's fine. It's a Void Singer. You should be able to get some extra specialist jobs going very soon, along with some extra housing as well. Right, how about we have you continue on and start surveying these systems? That should be fine. Hey, Melody in Time, how you doing? Starting to worry about our fleet a little bit. I think we might want to expand it some more. Let's go ahead and get all those mining stations. That'll bring us in a hefty amount of minerals, which I'll actually be very happy with. I am sorely tempted to get some more science ships out and about. We have got 4, but 5 would be nice. Okay, we've got a potentially habitable world at size 2380. "18 city districts and 18 industrial districts, mine districts, generator districts, agricultural districts." Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. That looks like that could be one for us to go for. Especially as that one would... basically, these are choke points. This is a constellation. I would kind of like to take one constellation at a time, where I can. But that would be worth me going one extra light jump into... into the branch between 2 constellations, frankly. This music and Aavak's soothing voice, plus a nice large meal, is making me sleepy. It's not even 9 p.m. yet. Yeah, happens below. Stellaris has got some amazing music. It really does. Nico Shana just leveled up. Well done, Nico Shana. There we go. Phantom Hive is doing a bit better. Let's have a look at the population. There we go. Nice. Got one clerk job that we could do with, but we'll get down there soon.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Oh wow, 2. Alright, so first and foremost, Dorfil 3 strategic resource discovered. During a survey of Dorfil 3, the Void ship Univenon discovered a previously unknown strategic resource dubbed as Zro. It is an extremely rare aerosol of exotic particles that appears to have been deposited here through a meteor impact, but its true origin is a mystery. If ingested by psionically gifted individuals, this aerosol should act as a very potent and potentially addictive drug that enhances psi abilities. While we do not yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control of the system for future exploration. Interesting that you talk about psionically gifted individuals, considering we don't even know about psionics yet. But that's not a bad place for it to be, simply because if I'm going to have if I'm going to try and hold a choke point, I would like to hold the choke point not when there's only one way into the system, though that is the more defensible. I prefer to hold it here, where I have more ways out of the system. Well, I guess it comes down to the way you think of defending. or holding a choke point. Am I holding the choke point to have a better control on the access to my lands, or am I holding it to give me better access to your lands? And that's the question there. And so I was considering going for Dorfil anyway, so that's not too bad. There appears to be a deliberately crafted structure on the planet's surface, pointing towards a past long forgotten. Begin research. I think Aavak should read Go the Fuck to Sleep for us. I'm vaguely aware of that book. Vaguely. Maybe one day.
An unusual phenomenon has cropped up.
Have we started? No, we haven't. Let's get that going. There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. Well, then have a look at it, please. We're not really exploring down in this direction, but we will eventually. I think for the time being, we're okay. Efforts to map the surface of this moon have identified a strange mountain formation in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. Go ahead and research that. By all means. I prefer to hold chokes that have more than one way out myself. It's not much harder to defend than your single lane choke, but gives you better options of attack. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, ultimately, if I'm holding that system, even though 3 different points can enter the system, well, they could have just merged all of the potential attack fleets into one fleet and brought it in through the one door anyway. So I'm not actually defending any better. But by holding this system, I've got much more options for attack. So they'd have to defend 3 systems from me holding that system. Whereas if they held this and I held that, we would each have to defend just one jump point. This, I'm still only defending 1 system, but they're now having to defend 3 if I held that one. It just seems to make no sense. The fumes lie thick. The planet Dorfil 3 is a toxic wasteland, but our scans unveil that it has not always been so. A now extinct civilization seems to have destroyed its home planet via a heavy reliance on climate-altering fuels and toxins. What fools? What kind of idiot species would become reliant on something that was literally poisoning the tiny mote of dust held in a sunbeam that they called their home? Buffoons! Shenanigans! My lord, on a remote hill close to a major city, we have found a lone active facility, a robot assembly plant, desolated and surrounded by military vehicles, so deteriorated they break upon touch. The facility is alien and mysterious, but could prove us with ample study material. Geez, Stellaris, just at us next time, I know, right? Adds the Fallen Robotic Society modifier. And Elovhita now has the Expertise Propulsion trait. Nice. And wow, really? Also gives access to the Improved Energy Initiative Empire Edict? A cautionary tale. Really? Improved Energy Initiative. We can further limit the use of toxic fuels and non-renewable resources in order to promote research into new methods of energy production. This could help us come closer to a perfect energy cycle and improve the environment for our people to enjoy. Pop consumer good upkeep -5%, research speed, industry, and materials +10%. Just honestly, wow. That is actually pretty cool. How much would this increase my Empire Sprawl if I pop that down? I mean, I don't have anywhere near the kind of stuff necessary for it, but I wonder. I do wonder. Uh-oh. 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 Many things just happened. Wait. Uh-oh. Food, I mean friends. First contact. We have made first contact with an unknown entity. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the G system. For now, we have codenamed them Alpha Aliens, until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. Now, this is a new content. This is... First contact used to be, you discover them, you'd have to go on a society, you'd have to dump society research into the project to decipher their their language, and then you could proceed with first contact interactions. If they were like space animals, like the Tianaki, that sort of stuff, then you could choose to progress down a certain quest line with them, or if they were actual NPC empires, then you could then start interacting. But this is now very different. The Twilight Court has finally encountered fellow wanderers amongst the stars. Despite their intentions being unknown and potentially even hostile, the atmosphere on Phantom Hive following the report from our contact fleet can best be described as rapturous. Intriguing. Okay. Interesting. Right. Okay, we've now got a first contact event. We have made first contact with the mysterious aliens. For now, we have codenamed them Alpha Aliens until we can find out more about them. We can show first contact. This now works very similar to the way that archaeology works.
We have come into contact with a new entity.
Now this is going to be very much weird stuff.
Or another empire. We can learn more about them by making first contact.
We will need to assign an envoy to this mission, which is why I was saying envoys are now super important. Crazy important. We got 5. That's good. It's very good. They will work to establish communications with the entity and decipher any language they may use. Okay, so we need to select an envoy. We do not yet know how these aliens will respond to our contact. I'm not even sure if that's actually how they look. It's difficulty 5. Difficulty will reduce the likelihood of getting successful results at the end of an investigation phase. Each chapter in a first contact investigation can have a different difficulty value. Breakthrough chance, skill bonus. The skill bonus will increase the likelihood of getting successful results at the end of an investigation phase. A country's skill bonus is increased by successfully completing first contact processes and by improving its code-breaking ability. So if we're particularly... if we understand the idea of just codes in general, mathematics, ciphers, that sort of stuff, then we'll notice patterns in things like language. Language has a pattern, and if you can observe that pattern and then break it down, then you can quickly create a kind of a common medium of interaction. Secret handshakes. Yes, if you like. Insights. Insights represent how much information you have uncovered in relation to a chapter in a first contact investigation. Well, let's assign an envoy. We've got... I don't think we can rename them. Ultra sad about this, because I would love to have some of the dapplings in chat right now being responsible for us making first contact. We'll go with Penny Ixbridge. Can I rename you Penny? No, I cannot. There you go, Penny. Enjoy. I'm sure you will do as well. Let's have a quick peek. Ah. Well, I mean, okay, so I know what they are. The interaction will be an interesting one. Space cows. Zapspawn. Yes, indeed. Now, give me just a second, because the stream had that hiccup earlier. Just need to check on something. I do believe... Let's have a look. In the next half hour, we're going to be going on a tea break. About an hour and a half late. Shh, 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 shh. Don't. It's fine, okay? Tea break every 4 hours is completely normal. I don't know what you're talking about. Right, I think we're going to just carry on exploring. So now, investigation phase. The first contact efforts are undertaken in phases, at the end of each of which a progress roll is made. And then this... Empire modifiers. Proactive. Interesting. Gigantic skeleton. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of G5A have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that G5A could have supported life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science Officer Saturn Dragoon has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery.
The situation
Fascinating.
has been amended.
Okay. I would absolutely like you to take care of that. Research that project, please. Hello, Space Cow. Hi, Marao. Thank you very... I hope I said your name correctly. Thank you very much for the raid there. Hello. You were playing Stellaris as well. Fantastic. How has your game been going? How have you been finding it so far? Well, that's still ongoing. A lot of things going on at the same time. We're now on stage 2. Difficulty is still 5, but we're building up the insights. I mean, we obviously know now that they are going to be space cows. You're loving it so far. Oh, awesome. What was your civilization like? Technically, the Tayanaki are space whales, not space cows. Shh. It's okay. Hero numbers here. Did you know the whales are known as cows and have calves? Maybe the same convention is applied to the Tayanaki. You're entirely focused on diplomacy. Envoys and diplomatic weight to the max. I can see why. Envoys are so much more important here. So much more. That's bull. Well played, Demian. Right. Let's. I'm gonna get distracted. Well, thank you very much for the offer. Right. Well, we've already gotten the data bank uplinks here. So realistically, unless we wanted to adopt something else, we're just going to continue on through Polytechnic, education, and then finally faith in science. Pop's working with research have their upkeep reduced by 20%. I am absolutely okay with that. Prompt. Shoot me a whisper though. Let me know what the deets are for your multiplayer games. Right, we've gotten everything we need down here. Where do I want to explore next? Oh, I kind of want to take this planet. I do. I truly do. So I probably should. The blameless Dark Aavak has leveled up. Ah, yes. Marvelous. I am a reformer. Monthly unity plus 10%. Charismatic. Of course Dark Aavak would be charismatic. If anyone could make you willingly wander into the death temples, not even wander, march with great purpose, it would be Dark Aavak. You would smile with every step. Remember, chat, if they do not live for the Ubu, they die for the Arara. Edict cost minus 10% and edict duration plus 20%. Perfect. I approve.
A study has been completed.
Marvelous pop growth speed. Mapping the genome of an individual through the sequencing of their DNA opens up for tailored medical treatments and therapies. Do we have anything amazing here? Gene clinics. Well, medical workers turn consumer goods into amenities and pop growth speed. It's not terrible. Gene clinics can offer advanced medical treatments, which statistically lead to a significantly healthier and longer living population, which would double down on our species already living for a long time. However, I am generally in favor for going for societal research bonuses.
A system survey has concluded.
We're doing all right. Generally speaking, I almost always feel that going for research that will improve the speed that you research is a better long-term plan. Oh, okay, we've got some stuff going down. We've finished surveying down here. Marvelous. Let's get our survey ships out. This looks like a fairly small little constellation here. I am starting to think that we are going to need... Yeah, you know what? I think it is time for us to get at least another 2 science ships, honestly. Have I got all of the DLC on? Yeah. Yeah, I most certainly have. Lazy Hermit is leveled up. Well done. Long-range scanners have picked up readings in the G system that could best be described as giant heat blobs. It's worth investigating. Make it so. Are we still talking about... Yeah, we're still talking about alpha aliens, it seems. So, made first contact. Long-range sensors have picked up things that could best be described as giant heat blobs. And now the next chapter has begun. Okay. Well, at the very least, we now know that it doesn't actually have an image relating to something, so we can't quickly work out what we're dealing with. All right. Well, I would very much like to get... Let's have a look. 2 more science ships. We need 2 more science ships.
Is complete.
After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on G5A, Science Officer Saturn Dragoon has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume these come from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on G5A. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. Okay, thank you very much. And you have leveled up as well. Glorious. Now, I haven't yet decided in which direction we're going to expand out, but... going for a second habitable world already would be reasonable. I definitely want to expand here, so let's go ahead and make it part of my empire. Just in case an alien civilization is out in this direction. I know, poor Moya. It's okay. I'm sure Pilot wouldn't have allowed Moya to crash. However, her son... that was a troubled young ship. It's a Lex reference. Oh, is it? It could actually be a Lex reference, yeah, as well. I always think of Moya whenever I talk about organic starships, though. There we go. All right, we're going to need some more names, chat. 'Tis time. You know the drill. I'm going to unpause the naming game. But you know what? I might leave this one unpaused for a while. Go ahead and start filling it up with names.
An anomaly has been
We need many.
discovered.
The debris field in which 8Y TAC I TAC 140 is part of roils and swirls under the influence of unknown forces. Very well. The void ship accumulator. We need a new name for you. Let's get one down. Shall be the Jake Toady. And the Jake Toady shall be piloted by none other than. Well, we want someone with biology. So, right, we've got a couple of names to go here. Yeah, 53 though. Granted, we've got a very long life expectancy, so sure. Okay. Reuben Caddington. Let's get you renamed. It's your beans. However, It's Your Beans, I think... Alright, It's Your Beans, you're going to be researching the Society research. However, Lazy Hermits don't need you researching this. So we're going to swap over to Misha Fish. I generally prefer to have maniacal and genius researchers researching technology. Just for those occasions where they might stumble upon some ridiculously amazing breakthrough. So that means the Lazy Hermit. There you go. Enjoy. Now, let's get the Jake Toady out and about. Researching down in this direction. The new ship, the Gole. The Void Ship Jazza 43. We'll just call it Void Ship Jazza. Piloted by none other than... let's go... Well, I mean, I could actually pick you, but then we would lose, sadly, maniacal trait. So I'm going to stray away from that for now. We're instead going to take the 51-year-old rocket scientist, whose true name is actually Terrisman. We're going to get this ship out here, exploring these locations. There we go. I think that should do for now. All these falsified documents, I know, right? Don't worry. We get to the bottom of it. We find out their true names. The Diviners... the Diviners name the beings floating through the dark Tayanaki. They are a sacred and peaceful spaceborne life form that roams from the system to system, feeding on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants, and rarely showing any sign of hostility. We are to keep at a respectful distance. Venerable. Research option gained, frequency tuning, and tech progress gained, frequency tuning plus 20%, influence gained 32, ends the first contact procedure with placid leviathans.
An alien society
Interesting how we...
wishes to
Oh,
contact us.
what? Interesting how we had no choice there. We have finished the first contact procedure. But, you know, we're xenophiles, so... Okay. Communications have been established. Natural wormhole. We have detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomena on the edge of the Havenshire system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole that our scientists speculate may provide a conduit through space to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow for ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessel foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds. If it could somehow be stabilized, one day, perhaps, we will know. Alright. With that, let's get out here and start surveying down in this direction. Now that you're in position, let's get everything set up there. I am strongly considering just going ahead and getting it down another world. It is early to do, but I think worth it. This planet is amazing. But before we do, you know what time it is. It's time for a tea break, everyone. We can't go ahead and consider the potentially empire-changing ramifications of colonizing a new world without a cup of tea. What kind of nonsense would that be? We'll make a cup of tea first. We may have the novitiate who are responsible for the tea ceremony then commit ritual suicide to further honor the great importance of the decision we're about to make. And then when we come back, we're going to decide what we're going to name this planet, and indeed, what we're going to name the star system. Because we're going to have to name both of those. So I shall see you in a couple of minutes.